Welcome to Crazy Learning, classification of accounts. Why we need to classify accounts? Let's see. You prepared all the transaction in a book and everywhere without any order and classification. So all the transactions are in clumsy and jumbled. Suddenly, if anyone asks the balance of missionary account, you does not answer to that question because you don't know. It will take time to calculate the missionary account. And in a hurry, you miss some transactions which related to the missionary account because all the transactions are not in one place. So it will affect the financial system. And according to the double entry system, for every debit there is a corresponding credit. So here the two aspects are to be included. One is debit aspect and another one is the credit aspect. So which account is to be debited and which account is to be credited? For avoiding all this confusion and risk, the account should be divided into two types. Classification of accounts. One is personal account and another one is impersonal account. So account should be divided into two types. Personal account, impersonal account. The account which related to the persons are called personal account. The account which does not related to the persons are called impersonal account. Personal account again divided into three types: natural account, artificial account, representative account. Impersonal account divided into two types: real account and nominal account. Next, personal account. Already discussed about the personal account. So it's subdivided into three types. First one, natural personal account. It relates to transactions of human beings like Satish, Shiva, etc. So here the person names should be included. So who are these person and which type of person should be involved in this account? Let's see. A person who involved in the transaction of a business. Only that person comes under this account. For suppose Satish is a dealer and the business purchase goods from Satish on credit. Here Satish is a person and Satish involved with the transaction of a business. So he related to natural personal account. For suppose if a person does not related to any transactions of a business, that person does not involve in this account. Artificial personal account. For business purpose, business entities are treated to have separate entity. It means the business maintain relationship with other firms, business, organizations, banks, clubs, etc. So all these entities are treated as a separate entity. So these separate entities comes under the artificial personal account. Why it is treated as artificial? Because all these entities does not have any soul, but they treated as a person because it was recognized as a persons in the eyes of law. So these are called artificial personal account. Example, bank gives money to the business. So here bank involved in the transactions with business. So the business prepared bank account also. So the bank is a person and the bank involved in the business transaction. So it is an artificial personal account. Next, representative personal account. These are not in the name of any person or organization but are represented as personal account. It means here the person name does not involve, only the activities and the outcome of the persons only in. So that accounts are involved in this account. Example, capital account, drawings account, outstanding liability account. Capital means the owner brings capital into the business. In business, the owner account and the owner name should not be mentioned. So instead of his name, capital is to be used. So capital represents a person. So it is a representative personal account. And drawings. So the owner takes money from the business for his personal use. So here the owner is a person. So it represents a person. So it is a representative personal account. Let's see the personal account golden rules. Golden rule. debit the receiver and credit the giver. It means the person who gives benefit to the organization. That person account should be debited. And the person who gives benefit to the organization, that person account should be credited. It means debit the benefit receiver and credit the benefit giver. Example. Ramesh received money from Suresh. Here Ramesh is a person and he receives money from the Suresh. So according to the golden rule of personal account, Ramesh is to be debited because he is the receiver and he receives money from Suresh. Suresh is the giver. Golden rule. Debit the receiver and credit the giver. So here giver is the Suresh. Suresh is to be credited. Next. Paid Kiran 500 rupees by check. Here two persons are involved. One is Kiran, another one is bank. It means Kiran received 500 rupees in the mode of check. So here check means bank. Bank pays 500 rupees to the Kiran. So Kiran is the receiver and bank is the giver. So here bank is the artificial account and Kiran is a natural account. So receiver is the Kiran, giver is the bank. Kiran receives 500 rupees from bank. So golden rule, debit the receiver and credit the giver. So Kiran is to be debited and bank account is to be credited. Next, Ram started a business with 10,000 rupees. So Ram brings capital into the business. Ram is the giver. He gives money to the business. So the person name should not be mentioned here. The owner name should not be mentioned here. So instead of Ram, use the word capital. So debit the receiver and credit the giver. So capital account is to be credited here. Next, real account. Account which related to assets of the firm but not debt. It means only assets are involved in this account. So that assets only used for the organization, not for personal use. Only organization or that accounts, that assets should be comes under this real account. Here assets can be divided into two types: tangible assets, intangible assets. Tangible assets means the assets which can be seen, touched. That assets comes under the tangible assets. Example, machinery, furniture, cash, building, etc. The assets which cannot be seen and touched, thus assets which comes under the intangible assets. Example, goodwill, patents, etc. Next, golden rule of real account. Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. It means the asset which comes into the business and the asset which goes out from the business. So debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So example, machinery purchased for cash 5,000 rupees. Here machinery is a asset, cash is also a asset. So machinery purchased, machinery comes into the business. So debit what comes in. So machinery comes into the business. So machinery account is to be debited. And here cash goes out from the business because machinery purchased for cash. So according to the golden rule of real account, debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Here the cash goes out from the business. So the cash account is to be credited here. Next, all furniture sold to Ramesh on credit for 10,000 rupees. Here two accounts are involved. One is real account, another one is personal account. Because all furniture, it is an asset. So it is a real account. And here Ramesh is a person name. So it is a personal account. All furniture sold. So when you sold all furniture, then the whole furniture goes out from the business. According to the golden rule of real account, debit what comes in, credit code and credit what goes out. So here all furniture goes out from the business. So all furniture should be credited. Next, all furniture sold to Ramesh. So Ramesh receives the all furniture. According to the golden rule of personal account, debit the receiver and credit the giver. So here receiver is the Ramesh. So his account should be debited. This is all about real account. Next, go to the nominal account. Nominal account. Accounts which related to expenses, losses, gains, incomes and revenues, which comes under the nominal account. Example, salary account, interest account, commission account, discount account, etc. Golden rules of nominal account. Debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. Example, salary paid by cash. So here salary is an expense. So salary paid by cash. According to the golden rule of nominal account, debit all expenses and losses. So salary account should be debited. So here cash goes out from the business because salary paid by cash. So cash is an asset and it comes to the real account. According to the golden rule of real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here cash goes out from the business. So cash account is to be credited. So interest received, it is an income. So debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. It is an income, it should be credited. Next, loss on sale of machinery. So debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains according to the nominal account. So it is a loss, it should be debited. Profit on sale of machinery, it is a gain. So debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. So it is a gain. So it should be credited. This is all about nominal account and classification of accounts. I hope you like this video. Please like and share my video and subscribe my channel for more updates, and post your opinions and doubts on comment box. Thank you.